Hey everyone, welcome to today's podcast. And today I'm going to be reading a story. This is my own story, so I hope you guys enjoy. Chapter 1. New school. Sweetie, you're going to be late, Emily's mom called up. Emily slowly woke and went to her closet. She picked a hoodie and jeans. I can't believe we have to move again. Why can't we just settle down in one place? Emily thought while getting ready. She straightened her hair and did light makeup. She then went downstairs to be greeted by her mom. Do you always have to dress so edgy? I got you some nice clothes last week, her mom complained. Do we always have to keep moving? Emily said in a dull voice. Her mom looked at her with a frown but didn't respond. Bye, Emily said as she walked out the house and to her car. Emily was 18 and recently lost her father. Her mom had to get a better job, and that meant she had to keep moving. At that point, she stopped making friends at school since she kept moving, but this year was different. She doesn't know what's yet to come. Chapter 2. Problems. Emily drove to school after getting some milk tea. When she got there, she walked right into school and ignored all the stares, hellos/highs, and the murmuring. When she got to her locker, she heard two voices. Hello! Heyo, the voices said. Emily turned around, surprised to see a girl, let alone two. What do you want? Emily said. We just wanted to say hi, the brunette said. They mumbled something. Emily sighed. Look, if you're gonna say something, say it to my face, and I'm not in the mood for friends. Emily slammed her locker and started to walk away when she ran into someone. Ouch! Emily said on the ground, rubbing her head. Watch where you're going, nerd, a male voice said. Emily looked up at the boy, clearly agitated. What did you say? Emily said in a deep voice, almost growling. Are you deaf? I said watch where you're going. The boy's voice got cut off and then smack. Everyone stared at where the noise came from. Emily had smacked the boy. How about you watch where you're going? You're not special, Emily said, then walked away to class. As soon as she walked away, everyone gossiped. Chapter 3. Love and Crushes. During class, Emily ended up in detention for having an attitude. She was forced to miss lunch because of it, so she was very hungry. When the same girls from earlier came up to her. What do you want? Emily asked tiredly. Well, for starters, my name's Addison, and second, we thought you might have wanted some food. Addison, the blonde, said, holding up a bag. My name's Indigo, in here. Indigo, the brunette, said as she held up a bottle of Gatorade. Emily looked at them shocked, then thanked them. No problem. Want to hang out with us? Addison said with a smile. Sure, I guess, Emily said, grabbing the drink and bag. They all walked to the park and sat down under a blossom tree. Emily sat quietly, eating as the other two talked. And so Emily, Indigo says while Emily looked up. Why do you hate being around people and making friends? Emily's eyes widened in shock when she asked that, but looked down and answered. I don't hate people or making friends. I just feel like there's no point anymore, Emily says. I keep moving, so why bother? Indigo and Addison stared blankly with no words to say. Anyway, I have to go, Emily says, getting up and walking away. On the way home, she bumped into someone, fell on top of them, then smooch. You! Emily and the boy say at the same time. Emily blushes a bright red as the boy blushes slightly. They both get up and the boy says, Sorry, nerd. When he isn't being a jerk, he's kinda cute, Emily thought. Chapter 4. First kiss? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, Emily said, flustered. Noah, the boy says. What? Emily starts saying when the boy says, "My name's Noah. Now take my number, you loser." He's still calling me names, Emily thought as she took his number. "Emily, anyway, why are you giving me your number?" Emily asked. The boy blushed more, then muttered something. "What did you say?" Emily asked. "Nothing, you idiot. Just move out of my way," Emily said, still flustered. Noah said, still flustered, as he hastily walked away. Well, that was weird, Emily thought as she started walking home. "Welcome home, sweetie. I just got some paints and decorations. Now you can go paint your room," Emily's mom said. "Thanks, Mom," Emily said as she picked up some paint and decorations and went to her room. Well, time to get to work, Emily thought as she started, when suddenly, ring, ring, ring. "Huh?" Emily said as she went to grab her phone. A call from Noah, Emily yelled as she checked her phone. She then answers the phone before it goes to voicemail. "Help," Emily said before she got cut off. "What are you doing?" Noah said in a cold but calming voice. "I was just decorating my room." "Wait, why are you asking?" Emily asked. "I want to come over," Noah said blandly. "What? Noah, wants to come here?" Emily thought, then blushed. I guess I'll text you my address," Emily said while sending her address to him. "Bye," Noah said, then hung up. Rude, but I should get back to work on my room, Emily thought, then went back to working. "Sweetie, there's a boy here for you named Noah," Emily's mom called up from downstairs. "Coming," Emily called down. Emily ran downstairs and greeted Noah. "Welcome to my home," Emily said with a slight smile. "Thanks for having me," Noah said, then walked inside. "I just finished my room, so try not to touch the walls," Emily said, walking up the stairs, Noah not too far behind. "Welcome to my room," Emily said as she opened the door, walked in, and sat on her bay window's couch. "So, why'd you want to come over anyway?" Emily asked. "I wanted to talk to you about earlier and maybe..." Noah said, mumbling the last part, rubbing his head and blushing slightly. Emily blushes as well. "What?" Emily asked. "I wanted to talk to you about what happened earlier, you idiot," Noah said. "After that," Emily said sarcastically. Noah blushes, then yells, "I said I wanted to maybe even stay the night. Jeez." Emily's eyes widened. If you want to stay here, then sure," Emily said. Noah then walked to Emily. "Thank you," he said. "It's no problem. I'll go find you something to wear and sleep on," Emily said while getting up and walking to the door, when suddenly Noah grabbed her arm, turned her around, and kissed her passionately. Emily grunted in surprise, but soon melted in. Noah then let go of Emily. They stared at each other for a long time, when finally Noah said, "I like you." Emily blushes hard. What? Emily yelled. And that's the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast as much as I enjoyed making it. Sorry if my voice sounds a little ratchet, but that's how my voice sounds like on a daily basis. But please stay on this channel and watch another one. Bye guys.